Hocking Hills State Park was still closed, so I made a stop in Spring Grove Cemetery instead. Hey, this is Matt Spees. Thank you for tuning in to Graceful Insight, where I hope you gain a deeper understanding for the reason you're here. Since the West Virginia campgrounds were closed and Hocking Hills State Park was still closed in Ohio, I made a quick change in my plans to visit Spring Grove Cemetery instead. This is in Cincinnati, Ohio. The drive there was quite flat, as I am getting into the Midwest area. So it was a pretty boring drive compared to West Virginia, New Jersey, and Maryland. But I should have done a little more research before I left, because I found out once I got there that dogs were not allowed in the cemetery. And after I thought about it, it makes sense. There's a lot of things standing up, and dogs like to pee on things standing up. So I was a little frustrated by that, but I just left him in the car. And so I just drove the perimeter of the cemetery instead of getting out. Which is a bit of a bummer, because we both wanted to get out and stretch our legs after driving a few hours. So here I am entering the cemetery. It's a huge cemetery. It's over 700 acres, and there are over 44 miles of winding roads within the cemetery. 15 lakes. There's 10 acres of woodland. Tons of architecture, sculpture, and horticulture inside. There's really a lot to see. It's unfortunate that I couldn't get out and actually visit. But I just did a drive-through, so hopefully you guys can kind of get a picture of what it's like through my dash cam at least. It's only, I don't know, about 10 minutes of driving, because I got pulled over by a security guard that drives around in the cemetery apparently, and the security guard told me that I cannot even have my dog in my car. So that was a surprise, and I had no idea how I got in or how to get out. So the security guard, he wouldn't let me use my GPS to get out. He said I just need to leave. And I was like, well, I don't know how to leave. Apparently there are exit signs around and stuff, but so he just asked me to follow him, and I followed him out, and it wasn't a big deal, but he was quite stern about not having dogs inside your car or on the premises at all. So yeah, I was a little surprised by that, because he was literally very peaceful, just had his head out the window, sniffing the air and stuff. He wasn't barking or anything. But oh well, I respect their rules and left politely, and told him I appreciate, him confronting me respectfully and everything. But yeah, it's a beautiful place if you do have a chance to visit. It's one of the highlights in Cincinnati. I did not stick around for long because I got kicked out, and then I got a bite to eat and left for Indiana. But yeah, if you guys are passing through Cincinnati and you want a walk break, it serves as a kind of walking park, and a lot of nice sculptures and statues and monuments and tombstones to visit and just kind of take it all in. dogs were allowed, I decided to just drive the perimeter of the cemetery and just kind of, yeah, see what my dash cam picks up here. And you still got to see a decent amount before I got kicked out. There were tons of tall tombstones, and massive ones. Some of them were just completely massive. It would have been nice to see kind of the history and understand the family background and heritage regarding this cemetery. I don't know much about it. I'm sure I can read online and learn more if I wanted to. Natural beauty. It is just, it's super well maintained. As you can see, there's ground crew driving around mowing the lawn. There's security guards. It's a super safe place to get some exercise and just get out and do some walking and sightseeing and learning. A lot of the trees are labeled, so you could take your kids there and learn, or yourself, I guess, and learn about different trees and different horticulture around in the area as well. It does have open and closed hours. I believe it's 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 6 p.m. is when the front gates close. Some of the roads were more narrow, as if they might be like one way. I don't remember seeing any signs saying one way, but it would have been pretty hard to pass, two cars down the same road. This road is a pretty standard road here. I should have turned left and avoided these people, because the guy on the left is a security guard. I don't know if this is the one that got me or this other one up here, but one of them did a quick U-turn, and like, they didn't turn on their lights, but they were flashing me, like this guy here. I don't know if it was this guy, but started flashing the headlights at me, and I didn't really understand what was happening, because I was just driving and minding my own business. But it appeared he wanted me to pull over, and so that's what I did. He pulls me over up here, and he actually gets in front of me too, so I can't drive anywhere. He took his job very seriously. Getting pulled over by the security guard. And I'm pretty confused because I clearly wasn't speeding. But yeah, he handed me a pamphlet that said no dogs allowed, and we had a short conversation, and that's when I told him I'm not from around here, I had no idea, I was sorry. I did ask him if it was okay if we didn't get out. He said absolutely not. No dogs allowed on the premises. That's when I told him I don't even know how I came in or how to get out. And so he told me to just follow him, and then he points to an exit sign, and then I leave. So yeah, I was not there for very long. It was pretty much on my way to my friend's house, and so it really wasn't like that big of a deal. But I would have liked to spend a little more time there and actually got out and stretched my legs. But it is what it is, and those are the rules, so you gotta respect the rules and you know, really honor the people you know, here laying to rest and their monuments and stuff and their families. It's just unfortunate, you know, people don't clean up after the dogs and it ruins it for the rest of us. But that's okay. And a lot of places are dog friendly and others aren't, and so just at some point I will get back down to Ohio and check out Hocking Hills State Park. It is a beautiful park. It looks beautiful, at least on pictures and videos. This is about to conclude my 9 days on the road car camping. I had a great time. I was glad to be done. My back was killing me. I spent way too many times bending over, reaching in, and just sitting, and my back was just not up for that task. So I'm currently healing and I'm feeling better, but I'm gonna have to give it a few more couple weeks probably before I think about car camping again.